Welcome back to my channel. Today we're looking at something a little bit different, but also not really if you've been around my channel for a bit. We're talking about the Col-O-Ring Dippers and something a bit different that I'm doing with a set currently, which is I now have all of my pens swatched out on Col-O-Ring Dipper cards because during the Chicago Pen Show I realized that just having my pens in a spreadsheet made it a bit difficult because not everywhere on the show floor had Wi-Fi. And so it was a bit hard at times to know exactly what I had in my collection. So I decided that, this system works really well for my pens. And in the studio, I use a Rolodex for all my pen swatches so that when I'm inking up pens, I can see exactly what nibs look like. But for on the go, when shopping, it would be nice to know exactly what I already own without having to search through my spreadsheets. So I've already got two set up for inks, one for mattes, one for shimmers and all that fun stuff. And now I'm going to add a third to my collection, which is going to be for all of my pens. So I have swatched out all of my pens by nib size on the front and then by style and color on the back. And we're going to sort them by brand. So I've done my brand tags the same way that I do the color tags. So specialty on these ones. Difference is I didn't decide to write them in a big black pen. And I'm too lazy to go back and rewrite them all. So I think we're also going to put these in alphabetically. So brand wise, that means starting with whatever comes next, last. So we have W's, I believe, are last. So we have Watcher, Water, and Weaver. I think Weaver, which is the beige marble, which I'm actually just harvesting the nib off of, would be our final pen. W-A, so Waterman, the gray streak Waterman, which is an ideal 24. It's an ideal 18 karat gold flex nib, which is not being harvested off the pen. It is going to stay on that pen. It is a lovely pen. And then we have the tiny, tiny little pen, which will be getting its own video because people really like it. It's a tiny pink peony pen that's probably 2.5, 3 inches when posted. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. And it writes really nicely. It's actually what I use to write all of the names. I have not eyedroppered it yet. So that will be coming. So that gives us T. Which would be our TWSBI Dark Eco, Dark Sapphire Eco. I sort of can't believe I finally got a TWSBI. I've talked about the fact that it's not the color I would have chosen. It's not my first choice of color. But it was the end of day, it was sort of midday on Sunday. And I was more specific about the nib size than the pen itself. So I ended up asking what broads they had and then just choosing my favorite color from the broads that were left, which has Sheaffer Snorkel, which is the fine palladium nib. I love this pen. It's still not inked. I need to clean it properly. I've had instructions now on how to ink it, but I have also been instructed that it needs to be cleaned properly and now know how to clean it properly. So that is on my list of things to do. Parker. I want to organize my Parker. Let's do 21s. Let's do the 45. Let's do the fake 21. And then let's do the there. Oh no, it's not Parker, it's Pilot first before Parker. Which is a Prera transparent light blue Love the pen. Currently has Mont Blanc Cool Gray in it. And that was a huge hit at the pen show because they had several Mont Blanc inks available to test, but not the gray. And everyone seems to love a gray. And so I actually ended up pulling up that pen a couple of different times at the testing table because people kept wondering what the gray looked like, and I kept getting to go, oh, I actually have it in a pen right now. You want to test it? Which was so much fun. P L. My Vista in broad. I have a thing for broad nibs, I'm discovering. Let me know if you want to see a broad comparison video because there's a huge difference in broad nibs on the market. It's sort of crazy. I would also say that I would not get another Lamy, Safari, or Vista. They're just not my style of pen. I don't really love them. Next is this pile. I have a thing for sports. I have a thing for pocket pens. You know this by now. We're going to sort by nib size for this. So medium, double broad, which is actually not the broadest one I have because I have the 1.9 stub. Because, you know, yeah. What I would say is that the double broad isn't actually that much more broad than my broad and actually might be smaller than my broad. There. So I might just need to clean out my double broad. It's currently got shimmer ink in it, and I think the nib might just need to be flushed. I do really like the nibs on the front and the color on the back, because most of the time when I'm picking a pen, I'm just looking for like a nib size. I don't really care about the color, and they're just sorted by brand because that makes it easier. JinHao, there are still many more nibs to swatch, specifically because I have a whole bunch of nibs that fit in these JinHao pens. They fit Yovo number 5 nibs, and I have a collection of Yovo number 5 nibs. So I will be putting other nibs in these pens at some point in swatching, like I've got Architects and stuff. And actually, this stub pen actually normally has an Architect in it. I just wanted to try the stub and decided I didn't actually like the stub. 82 comes before 777, so that's how that's going to be organized. And then permanent black pen is the HongDan Forest in Rainbow. It's never going to be a different color of ink. It's never going to be a different pen because I don't feel like cleaning the black out of it, and at this point doubt I could. This stack is pretty much all carousels, I have to say. So I'm cleaning nibs right now. I would absolutely adore a pocket-sized carousel that was like the size of a Quaco Sport. Honestly, I think, yeah, they're pretty much the same size without their nib section in there. I would be so happy if Ferris Wheel Press decided to do pocket-sized pens. I just prefer them to big pens. There's something about them, and they're just all sitting like this because their nibs are being cleaned. And I keep looking at them and going, I wish this is what you actually look like. So these are all medium nibs. So we're going to sort these by name. Poison Envy, Hardy Harvest, Billowing Blush. Oh, those ones are metal. You have to go over there. There's another carousel. There's other special editions. So BI comes before BL. Feathered Flight, Hardy Harvest, Poison Envy, Black Dot, Aluminum Carousel. It's going to go fine, and then medium, and then the brush comes before the carousel? Question mark? Yes. There. There we go. So there are nib swatches for every single fountain pen I own except some variety of the Yovo nibs because I'm feeling particularly, I wouldn't say I'm feeling lazy. I'm just cleaning the nibs, all of these nibs that I swatched, and so I didn't feel like switching more nibs into pens to have to clean them. So now when I'm out and about, I know exactly what pens I have and what nibs I have, and when I'm inking up a pen, I know exactly what the nib looks like. This was a question in 20 questions, and it was interesting to see what people thought and what people used as their own systems. Lots of people have custom grinds on their pens and just knew what they looked like. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed as my ever-growing collection of Col-O-Ring Dippers continues to grow. I love them. They're great. This is not sponsored, but they are one of my favorite ways to swatch. So let me know how you swatch your inks. Do you swatch your nibs? Do you find it helpful to have like referenced writing samples when you go out of the pens you already own so that you don't buy something identical? I know I definitely do. That being said, I do also have pens in the same color or in the same style and a different color from the same brand, just because I like them. So it doesn't always make a difference. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I don't know what video is coming next. It'll probably be the interview playlist because those were really fun and it sort of relates to this video. So thanks for watching.